Welcome to Destination Unknown. Today I'm going to the Bloedel Conservatory, which sits at the highest point in Vancouver. It's in Queen Elizabeth Park, otherwise known as Little Mountain. Let's go! Good morning. It's February 13th, the day before Valentine's Day, and I'm at Queen Elizabeth Park and to go to the conservatory up here. And you can park 37th Avenue, just be mindful of the neighbors, but there's lots of parking along there, it's free. Throughout the whole park it is paid parking, so be mindful of that. Behind me you can see there's kind of a green space. It's they have some pitch and putt and also frisbee golf, so two types of golf there. So behind me is a parking lot. That's where you come in if you want to park along the top here. And this is the view you get coming up to conservatory. A little bit of a story. What happened was my hard drive went on me. I had 3 videos that I was going to be doing. One was conservatory, another was the Vernon Winter Carnival. I had some good footage of the hot air balloons being filled up at night, and also I went to Capilano for the Love Lights for the Valentine's event. So I lost all that footage. I am actually in contract negotiations with my job for the next 3 out of 5 weeks, so I really don't have a lot of time to be getting different footage. So today's gonna be a busy day. I am going to conservatory now, and then after that I'm heading to Stanley Park for the aquarium. It makes for a very long day. The life of a creator. Anyway, so please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. Thanks. So it's 11:54. It doesn't take very long to walk around. In fact, there's nobody here, which is kind of cool. I'll take you on a quick run through, and then we'll come back and go for it more slowly. With the donations from the Canadian Pulp and Paper Association, the Bloedel Floral Conservatory opened on December 6, 1969. It will literally take you around 2 minutes to walk the entire path. How long you actually stay? Well, that's another matter. With over 500 exotic plants and flowers, I'm sure you'll find something to look at. Personally, I love the palms and the banana plants. There's also over 100 free-flying tropical birds, and if you time it just right, you can actually see the parrots flying around. The birds also have their own feeding station, which is very close to the paths, so you can get some really fantastic shots. Now personally, I don't think there's 100 birds in there, but they are beautiful to look at. Now these plants obviously require a lot of heat, so it is kept at 24 degrees here year-round. With a high humidity factor, it probably brings it up to a real feel of 30 degrees, which makes this a perfect destination for winter. It's 8 degrees outside today, which is normal for this time of year, so coming into a 24+ degree environment is absolutely heaven. And here we are, back at the beginning. See, it wasn't even 2 minutes. So was the $7 you spent worth the 2-minute walk? Well, let's go a little bit slower and have a closer look. The first thing that's going to hit you is the humidity and the heat, so be prepared for it. If you're here during a busy time like the weekend, you can expect there will be crowds. You've got 2 options here. The first is simply stay with the crowds and wait your turn if you want that ultimate selfie, or you can simply bypass them and go to the next part. With some luck, the crowds will be a little bit thinner further on, and you can always circle back and do that busy part again when there's less people there. What you won't find here is lessons in botany and ornithology. However, there are numerous small signs that give you basic plant information, but don't take away from the view. I also found the staff to be quite helpful. So they've got a plant here that blooms only once every 7 to 10 years, and his nickname is Uncle Fester. Unfortunately, he bloomed last year and I didn't get a chance to go out and see it. And when it blooms, well, it stinks. It's a very powerful stench, similar to like rotten meat and a whole bunch of other stuff. It's absolutely a disgusting smell. Unfortunately, that plant cannot stay in this conservatory. It needs a special environment. I'm not quite sure what that is, but it's not the conservatory. So when it's getting ready to bloom, that's when they bring it back in, and then everybody can have a look at it. In typical Vancouver fashion, by the end of February, all the crocuses, daffodils, and snowdrops will be blooming, much to the chagrin to the rest of Canada. Of course, we try not to upset the Easterners, but here's a picture from the 2010 Vancouver Winter Olympics at one of the off-site plazas. The 130-acre park boasts a sunken garden. It kind of looks like a volcano, which is exactly what it is, an extinct volcano. Now, it's still winter, so obviously not much is happening. Well, except the flowers, of course. It's not unusual at all to see like 3 or 4 weddings here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Very popular spot. I mean, it looks pretty good now, but the gardens are just in full bloom, especially early spring. But they keep it very meticulous here. Here's the pile of gunneras. And I'll come back in the summer and get some video of them, some pictures. It's just I think they're probably one of the ugliest looking plants. They look like a rhubarb, a thorny rhubarb, but I absolutely love them. There is a waterfall here. It comes down these rocks and into the pond. This is a neat feature. I had no idea it was here. There sure are a lot of cool locks on here.